I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kimberly Montgomery, and I'm a retired San Francisco sheriff. And unfortunately, today I'm here on behalf of my nephew, Torian Dorte Lee, whom was tragically killed by a drunk driver. Him and his co-worker, Nettie, both were coming from work at Tesla and was killed by a wrong way drunk driver on the freeway. And that was on June 7th of 2020. Out of nowhere, the drunk driver just came out of nowhere. They were already looking for her. I guess somebody had already spotted her driving the wrong way, and before they could find her, she had killed Torian and Nettie both.
I thought you would. T-Man. I still. Let me tell him love. I'm in love with a girl, I ain't gotta lie. Now this song goes out to a friend of mine.
I am Darius Montgomery, aka Uncle Darius. My sister's been friends with Monica for over 40 years.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Montgomery, and I'm best friends with Monica Mundy, the mom of Torian Dorte Lee, and we've been friends for 33 years.
Well, he was definitely inspiring. I mean, he loved his daughter. I mean, he was crazy about her. She was the priority. And it seems that she's picked up his spirit, entertaining and being in front of the camera, so she'll keep his legacy going.
And I always felt like, that I was the dad, That sounds crazy, me and Monica, that's my best friend, but, we kind of raised our kids together, I was there before she was my son's godmother before Torian was even thought of. And, when Torian came and Torian had his baby, he gave me the honor by asking me to be his daughter, Tootie Shelby, his daughter's godmother. And that really touched my heart. I was surprised. I mean, there's so many, Monica's really popular and she has a lot of friends, and I was just surprised he didn't pick, one of his friends, or somebody like there was somebody else in his family. He chose me, and and I try to stand up to that, as much as I can for him. We'd get out there and she'd be out there at the rap shows with him, or she was managing him. She was his manager, so she would make sure she would make sure that he was out there in every aspect she could, whether it was in gospel plays or whatever. She had him out there. She did a good job with her son. She really did. He was really, I'm not just saying it because I know him and I love him. He was a good kid. He was a good man.
I mean, he always would allow us to listen to his music and all the stuff he produced, but it was just more he would come down and visit our family, and he was just having struggles with significant other as far as having a child and all that and how that goes, and he just had some questions for me because I went through similar things. But I mean, he kept it positive. He had his long days and hard days, but he loved his child, and it wasn't nothing he wasn't going to do this year. To spend time with him and be a father.
It's a process, feel me? The secret of life. In the grimy way, it's hectic. When a plug can intercept it, but yet you can still receive a blessing. So we in the world, living in the world where they saying triple like that. So we in the world, living in the world where some don't believe in heaven. Boy, you had me in chains, changing my name. I'm mentally drained and the way still the same. Due to the pain.
I'm Monica Mundy, also known as Mama Mac, the go-to queen. I'm T-Mac's mother.
Next time I hit you up, but you still upset. Swoop you up while we in the whip, end up having sex. You bad as fuck and you bite your dough, girl, I must admit. Say they plotting on the murder, so keep this in your purse. If something happen, I'ma get that clapping, I'ma do the worst. I'm going down for 100 years, cause I'm shooting first. I love you, baby, got me going crazy, got me feeling hurt.
Well, T-Mac was born May 12, 1994. Very, 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 very difficult pregnancy. Well, I didn't see his talent. Everyone else seen his talent. I was always told he had a light over him. As a little kid, we would go places, be walking in the neighborhood, and it was like Korean people would come to me, and they would ask me, "Excuse me, ma'am, excuse me. Is that your son? Is that your son? Can I touch him?"
I am a radio personality, and years ago I was with a radio team, an underground radio station called Raw Radio. Shouts out to Richard Washington for being the orchestrator of Raw Radio. And it's where we worked with indie musicians. And being a part of the VMAs, which I'm a shareholder for the Black Music Association, we talk to a lot of new talent.
Your son, one day he's going to make mama lots of money. One day your son, he's going to, and I was like, what are you talking about? So I was like, well, can I whoop him? Oh no, ma'am, you can, you spare the rod, you spoil the child, you can whoop him. I was always like, what are they talking about,
And when he smiled, it was just like, wow. And the sun was just on him. Like the sun was raised, the beam was just on him and no one else. And it was like God was telling me that this kid is somebody. And I looked at him and he was so cute, he did this. And I said, oh, that kid's got personality.
My goal was to keep him off the streets. So once I seen he had, interest in stage and, playing, the stage presence, I decided to try to keep him motivated, in entertainment.
And so his mom pops her hand up and says, oh, that's my son. That's Torian, T-Mac. And he smiled at me and he let her talk. And I was like, okay, Momager, I want to talk to him.
He wasn't a sports fanatic. He was more so into entertainment. He did graffiti. I got him into film. He went to a school called BayCat. He loved it. He ended up, at 10 years old, he ended up doing a documentary with on Gavin Newsom. He was mayor of San Francisco. He won first place doing at the Children Urban Film Festival. He won first place doing a documentary on Gavin Newsom. He's one of the first kids to attend a film school in Bayview Hunters Point called BayCat, which he cut the ribbon with Kamala Harris, which then she was the District 10 supervisor in Bayview Hunters Point.
I said, so give me a few bars. And he just rattled off a hit just like that, boom. And by that time, Mr. Raw was listening as well. And we were like, man, we gotta have this kid on the show. And the rest was history.
And he just started, blowing up. He ended up meeting Boo 5000. He ended up, meeting the Jacka. He opened up for E40.
Remember that show? During the show, before he got off the stage, he said, and I want to give a shout out to Drummer Cat. Now, that meant a lot to me.
Was a lead actor in a movie called The Bishop that was produced and written by Farrah Duz. He, oh my God, he did so much stuff. I ended up becoming Mama Mac because that was T-Mac's mom, his manager, and that gave me the title Mama Mac, which opened up a whole new world for me. So he was just wonderful.
He just became a part of my heart family. Which, being a talent scout, is that I meet so many artists, but some of them are just heart special. Like you don't have to explain things. They catch it right there. They're on time. They show up, they show out, and they become the cream of the crop. And he was definitely the top of the cream for raw radio.
Took 2 L's for this victory, and then I double back like it's meant to be. Ronnie King, Betty Jones, Oscar Grant, Terry Holmes, Black Lives, keep it strong.
My name is Cindy Jeffries. We're here at Reardon Road, which is the name of the apartments, what it used to be called when Torian used to live here. Now the name is actually changed to Reardon Heights. Just going to give you a little something about Torian when he used to live here, him and his mom, and family members that were surrounding the surrounding area here.
Hi, my name is Tamika Branner. We're living up on Kiska, up here on Reardon Heights since 2005. So we've been neighbors, good friends. So that's how I've been knowing them. Been knowing Torian since he was a little kid, growing up over here, a very respectful young man.
My name is Maria Perez, but better known as Rosie to my neighbors. Monica and Torian lived in this building right here behind us. I think that's 99 Reardon. This is where I don't remember how old he was when I moved up here, but this is where I met Monica and Torian for the first time.
This is the area where Torian grew up. He played. He was very nice, humble young man. Never gave anything or anyone a problem. He'd always be pretty much to himself. He was a little quiet. He was very quiet for that matter. Mother never had a problem out him at all.
He was a very smart kid, and you know, it's sad. You know, I miss him dearly, and you know, he's in a better place. But he was good. He was a good kid. He was loved around here. You know, he was, like I said, very respectful. He was good. He was awesome. He was awesome. Loved music.
Papa got beats making history. She ride me like a Tesla. Mama want me next to her. I dipped up, that's a lesson line. She talk good, but a foreigner. Like, bruh, I'm really wanting her. Doing things wouldn't do for love. Mama back, got me thinking.
I did not know how talented he was. I did not know that, you know, he really loved to be in that industry. I never knew that about Torian. I only knew that he wanted to DJ because of my cousin that said he was teaching him how to DJ. I started listening to his and looking at his videos after he passed when, you know, Monica used to post stuff on, you know, on the internet or, you know, just look up YouTube videos.
I love paper and paper love me. I don't want to miss out on my money, D.
I can't believe Faz left you here with this apartment.
These cookies that can't crush you. Niggas they hate, I crush you, wait, right here, these niggas that touch you. If they get the girl trying to knock me, she think it's the heck, but she's sloppy. So bring me a wood and an iced tea. Honey burger precisely. See your main boo, she got a boost dance and she move fast. When you doing back, cause when you doing bad, man, they moving fast. And the mother dudes who ain't doing that. Two door with a roof at. Same place where your boo at. If I butter jump out the airy mouth, cause my
everything happened back here in this actual open area. Right here, as you can see, it's a pretty secluded area for everyone to be able to do something, you know, family oriented. And Monica took a big part of doing things out here in this particular area. Monica's backyard right here, everything happened back here in the backyard, which were all good things still. Again, parties, balloon fights with the kids, barbecues, movie night, and what have you happened right back here in the backyard of Monica. Anytime Monica needed help, she could always call on me and vice versa, you know, the family for that matter. And we were very close.
Dear Tootie, I really hope you hear me, Mama. I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for all these stories.
And Torian, we're going to take care of your mama just like you tried to do. And you're going to need for sure. And I just want to thank you for wanting me to be your godmother. And I'm going to make sure that I'm there for Monica too. I hate that it was you. I hate that it was you.
I'm trying to feed my baby and my mama. She ain't had nobody. And niggas turn fake. I want them niggas. I had to get a body. Too much pain, too much stress. It ain't no walk around me. And if I could, I'll try to call your uncle and talk about it. He was supposed to be my brother. He made assumptions. He don't know the story. Hands on your feet to find out.
And that's when I realized how talented that he was and how much he loved that industry. And if he was here, I bet that he would have made it big. He would have been someone. He would have became someone. I went to my nephews and asked my nephews did they hear about Torrin's death, and it was a shock to me. It was really a shock. It was very sad because, you know, of course, Monica comes to mind, you know, because you're worried about if she's okay or who's with Monica in this time of need. You know, it's a very critical time when someone passes, and, you know, when you're alone, it's just, you know, you need somebody there.
You know, Monica always said, I got to take my son off this hill before something happened to him, because, you know, and then next thing you know, she was able to take her son off this hill and provided a better place for him, you know, and she did that, and I commend her for doing that. But every time I think about Torrin, I be like, damn, he gone, but he's still here. He's still with us, you know. So it's the love that he brought.
They'll look up at me like, nigga, how the fuck you make it?
Julie, both victims left behind children who will grow up without a parent. CHP tells me the suspected DUI driver was likely driving the wrong way for several minutes.
Tootie, I really hope you hear me, mama. I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for all these stupid problems. I'm getting money for what it mean, but shit, I broke my promise. To your grandma, Naala, she keep on calling. We was in and out of court, they was making profit. 1K a week, they like, I know you got it. Working through the 3 and the 300, I was selling dope about it. I had to double back. Right when your mama
I love paper and paper love me. I don't want to miss out on no money, D.
My mama, she ain't had nobody, and niggas turn fake. I older niggas, I had to get a body. Too much pain, too much stress, it ain't no walk around it. And if I could, I'll try to call your uncle and talk about it. He was supposed to be my brother. He made assumptions, he don't know the story. Bands on your fit to find out you ain't really worried. Bands in this shit, you my love, you my pride and glory. I love you, Tootie baby, but she hate me. I guess you paying for it.
Hi, my name is Erica Blue, and I am a radio personality here at OzCat Radio, 89.5 FM, KZCT. We broadcast live out of Vallejo, California, and I've been with the station for the last 16 years. So actually before we were a fully FM accredited station. So I got the wonderful opportunity through the owners at that time, Dave and Katie Martinelli, allowed me to be my own producer. And I got to thinking about radio, and I got to thinking about where it's at and on what other stations they're playing. So I thought, well, there's nothing really I can do about the past of music, because we had DJs here doing that. There wasn't really anything at the time present date music, because that was also being done. So I chose to do unsigned and independent artists, not just from around the Bay Area, but the planet. Yes, I said that, the planet.
Well, the first time I met T-Mac, we were doing a play called Clown in the Prayer Closet. And we began to talk with one another.
Okay.
He said, man, you're pretty cool for a bishop.
Yes, you are.
He said, you're pretty cool for a bishop. I said, well, you know, I'm like Paul. I became all things that I might draw. He looked at me as a light, I looked at him as a light. And he said, it was a very, very great talent. A very, very great talent. I mean, he came in, he was on point on his lines, you know. And he came a little later than I did, but I always say, if you're going to be late, come on in on point.
That's right.
And when he came in, he was on point. Got that phone call from Monica, it just like, my heart just like it stopped for a moment.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't believe what she was really actually telling me, you know, and how it happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was a young man, you know, coming home from work.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, coming home from work and he get into a head-on collision. I'm going like, wow, you know, and it was unfortunate that happened.
It was.
Very unfortunate. But you know what? You know, he was here long enough, you know, to put his footprints in the sands of time.
Do you think that his talent was hidden and overlooked?
I wouldn't say hidden, because T-Mac was out there.
Okay.
T-Mac, you know, it was like a universal. His spirit was like a universal spirit. You know, for me, you know, 'cause I look at spirit, I don't look at the outside of the person. he had a universal spirit, so his spirit was out there, so it wasn't hidden because we all know who T-Mac, who he was.
Right, you did your homework.
Yeah.
And you went through his library.
I went through his whole library and I just said, God, that's all I can say was, man, I don't understand. Best kept secret. And it was just unfair for him to go.
So young.
I would say, forget my language, but damn. So with Monica, thank God, she shared that with me.
Yes.
And that's how we got close. I met her through Lisa Baker, First Lady.
Okay, yes.
And it's right then and there, I was like, hey, whatever you need, I'll do it.
Right.
I see his spirit was just full of energy.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and I look at his videotapes and stuff, and I'm just like, man, this brother was something else. He was on his way.
Yeah, he really
was
was.
On his way, and I was like, man, if I could have just had a minute with him.
Yeah.
But hey, that's God's time.
I met T-Mac on the set of the movie called The Bishop.
Okay.
Very, very talented, obedient young man. When I first met him, he smiled at me. I said, "Do this young man like me? Do you know how old I am?" I'm just kidding, but he was just so good to work with.
Yes.
Very, very easy to work with. He had a certain kind of vibe about him. He was going places. Gone too soon. I was at his funeral as well. Beautiful service. Beautiful service. Yeah. Got the news that he passed away and the way he did, all that drunk driving and the way he passed away, he didn't have to go that way.
Yeah, it wasn't fair. It absolutely wasn't
fair. At the hand of another person
Yes.
that didn't have, got in the car drunk, knowing she was drunk.
Right.
I get upset about that because that car became a weapon.
Yep.
T-Mac will be here today. Like, I'm gonna put this plug in about putting them what you call them, to blow out your tires.
Yes, that's something that that Monica is trying to bring to the forefront.
Yes.
About freeway entrances.
Freeway
because it happened on a freeway entrance. They're getting on and someone else is getting off.
Yes.
And just they collided.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was crazy because there needs to be something, because that's not the only death that has happened through someone getting on the wrong side of the freeway entrance, going the wrong way, putting someone else's life in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, she killed 2 people.
Yes, and if that was there, like Monica said, and I pray that comes through. I pray that they put that in effect, because that is a good idea.
Yes.
As soon as a person get on the wrong way freeway, it pop their tires and it stops. They're not only save other people, I've saved their life as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I hope that goes through.
My booker at the time, his name was Tim Lewis. He had brought a song into me by this young man named T-Mac. And I just thought it was so professionally done. And I loved the content. I loved the writing abilities, how these young people make their songs, obviously with the beats, and then putting the lyrics over that. And he was just wonderful. And I thought, wow, I asked him, I said, how old is he? And at the time, he was really young. I don't know when I met him if he was about 16, 17 years old. But he was very good. He was. So I says, I want to meet him, because not only did I want to meet him and talk to him about how he made this music, I also wanted to see how his performance game was. All right, we're coming back, and we have 3 other ladies here. They're going to talk about how they met T-Mac, how they've worked with him, and just any final closing thoughts that they might have about his life.
I believe the first time I met him was when we was working on a reality show, intro theme song, and he mixed everybody vocals, recorded everybody, put the beat together and everything. He was a real dope spirit. He was real calm and humbling, and he being around him, his aesthetic is just very, very relaxing. And another encounter I came across him with was with a Clown in the Prayers Closet. he ended up playing my boyfriend, which is crazy.
Wow.
But he's really dope, really hands-on. He's a fast learner, and he made me comfortable with, playing that role, and it was really dope.
All right, the last question that I have for you is, do you think that he was hidden, or do you think that he was overlooked as an artist and an actor?
I want to say neither.
Okay.
Because he was well known, especially in the Bay Area, you feel me, to be overlooked. If he was overlooked, he wouldn't have had all the gigs that he's been getting.
Yeah.
All the endeavors, all the doors opening for him as far as him being an actor, coming from where he came from. You feel me? I admit it's a little rough as far as mainstream wise. If we talking mainstream wise, big corporations getting overlooking him, then okay, that we can have that conversation. But other than that, it was kind of impossible to overlook somebody like that.
Hi.
What's your name?
Antonia Smith. I go by Care Bear as well.
Okay, so same questions. How did you meet him or work with him?
I only got a chance to meet him once, unfortunately.
Okay.
And it was for the Bay Area Come Up intro that my fiance back there, Lily, was telling about.
Okay.
So he did my name, and he made me sound so nice on it my first time on a beat. It sounded so good. He was so talented for that. That was it. That was the only time I got a chance to see him, meet him.
Mama to Extraordinaire. Hey everybody, what's happening? Again, I'm Stephanie Turner Aldridge. I am Bad Girl Lily's momager. I am also the youth advocate and founder of We Rock with Talent. I am also the creator of the first Bay Area reality TV show called The Bay Wives in 2013. I'm also the creator of the Bay Area Come Up reality TV show, which will be out at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, so stay tuned for that. Monica McMoondy is one of the producers on my reality show, The Bay Area Come Up.
Okay.
T-Mac did our music for that intro for that show, and he was going to do so much more.
Right.
So it's a sad thing that his life was taken at such a young age.
And I know that you manage your daughter. Mm-hmm. And I want to get a little bit of the perspective on Monica and T-Mac's relationship, as she managing her son as well, because I mean those gigs came from like her efforts.
Yeah, super producer. I always call her the Miss Super Producer.
Right.
Yeah, her and T-Mac relationship was awesome. I never saw them argue. I never heard them argue. It was always, son, you got to do it like this.
Okay.
And it's got to be like this so you can get this and this and this. And he did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
He should have been worldwide.
Yeah, the big Hollywood machine.
Yeah, should have tapped that button for T-Mac music.
Calling, for him. But the Bay Area, he was in demand.
Yeah, he was very well loved, a very humble spirit. When he did the intro, the music, it fits the reality show.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for this documentary. I just want to let everybody know, if you're going to drink, don't drive. Call Uber, call a taxi, or walk.
Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely wonderful advice.
Yeah.
I know Monica was up in Sacramento yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
She was there. Mothers Against Drunk Driving. They had a wonderful rally out there that she was a part of, because I know I talked to her. She's making her T-shirts and making sure that the ladies were out there, representing, and that for her child and anybody else's child, because that could have easily been anyone else that happened to.
Exactly.
And I am so proud of her, because she's moving into this activist role, and right now she is currently trying to get those strips, those stop strips on freeway entrances. So if you go on the freeway the wrong way, boost goes your tires.
I remember being about 10 years old when she had him, and I remember she had a cesarean, and I was so excited. I'm like, where's the baby? Where's the baby? You know? And I remember he was real ambitious. He would call me, we would talk, you know. I remember the last time he called me, he was asking me about, oh, how do you take the classes on a graphic design? Like, what do you do, you know, what do I got to do to learn that field? He was always wanting to learn something new. His mind was always wandering in the right place, and he was born with an old soul.
Met T-Mac at Walmart. Me and T-Mac was co-workers at Walmart. We basically started working at Walmart back like 10 years ago. T-Mac's focus on music was trying to get to the top. He was he was good in the music. He knew about the industry. He stayed up on all his music things. He always was publishing and promoting his music. He always was trying to keep me up on game with music, wanted me to get rapping with him.
Decided to be simple, but if you look, boy, it's simple. Send the shit you ain't into. Look, I try to step on everybody's toes, boy, but who bitch is that? Mackie be in the beat.
To be honest, when I hear his music, I get a little sad. Just wish he was still here. Because Mom talked a couple of days ago and he was able to hear. She definitely gonna keep his legacy going. He loved his mom. His mom loved him. She always had him into something, you know, productive music, whether it was music, karate, acting, you know, just anything. Monica, she loved her son, and Torian, he loved his mom.
T-Mac, he was a loving person. He cared about his loved ones. He always made sure we all was okay, make sure he was good while he was here. No matter what, he always kept a smile on his face. I was asleep when he passed away. And I got woke up by my wife, said he was gone. So it really hurts. Other than that, T-Mac was a real star. I think I'm glad to say I was proud of him while he was here. I'm glad I gave him his flowers. I'm glad I told him that he wanted to work so he can take care of his daughter. All he wanted was his daughter. He wanted to be there for his daughter. He wanted to show his daughter how a real man's supposed to be. So either way it go, it can be a million things. He's still gonna find a way to prove to his daughter this is how a real man should be. Like he wanted to show his daughter, I'm here for you.
I'm the auntie, so he was really like my first son. You know, I have a whole baby book dedicated to him. You know, it's hard.
A-I-K-K-L-M-N-O-P Q-I-F-E-U-D-E-E-Q-O-E.
That's his baby, you know? Sometimes it's really hard looking at her because you just see him, you know, and she's a spin image. Like, this is his twin, you know. She mocks him like in every way.
Hi, Uncle.
You know, we had more of a connection when he was younger, when she still came around here and there, here in Antioch, just not as much.
That was my best friend, man. Somebody that I kicked it with every day, single day. Just want him to know that I love him. Like, that's my brother. Even though we're not bonded by blood, it don't make us no difference. I still love my brother. And that was the last time I had texted him. He was just literally texting me a minute or two before the incident happened. So.
Torian, that was my little godbrother. Like my mom and his mom been best friends, like, you know, for their whole life. You know, I don't know exactly how old they met, but my whole life that was been her best friend, you know. And she made Torian's mom my godmom, you know. So his mom got my godmom before that was even his mom, you know. And it's just crazy to me, like, you know, I just can't really believe it. But I saw Torian, like my cousin Ronnie said, he saw him, you know, as a baby, you know, we just saw him grow up, and he was just like so talented. I mean, he did music, he did DJing, he did dancing, he did acting, he literally did everything right. And it's just like, I don't really understand this, like, because he really did everything right, you know. He was a working man, all he wanted to do was take care of his baby, you know. It's just like, I can't really understand it, you know. I really didn't want to come up here and talk like that.
He always stayed that same loving, energetic, hustle, You know, he never changed the person he was. You know, that was the one good thing about him. He always wanted to help everybody if he could. I mean, if he had $1 and you needed it, it was yours, that's for sure. I just told somebody the other day, I lost my mom. And it was nothing compared to me losing him. Like nothing. When he passed, I felt like I lost my own son. Like a part of me left too. With us, I remember the day he was 3 when I had my son, and he was so mad. He was like, "You had this old stupid baby. I don't like this old stupid baby. Get the stupid boy out of here." And he tried to push him down the steps. They used to really fight like they were brothers. So, and I just took it like he was jealous because he was the first. He was my first. So, I just know I miss him a lot. You want to say something about your daddy? What you want to say? Look in the camera.
I love my daddy.
You want to tell him anything else? What?
He's like this one.
That's your favorite?
Yeah.
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 Shelby, what do you want to be when you grow up? You want to dance? Do you want to sing?
Yeah.
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 I want to leave a message to Torian, and I'm pretty sure you knew it, that I loved you, always loved you, and your mom. And I promise you, Torian and Monica, that I'll always be here for your mom and for Shelby. I'll try to be the best godmother that I can. I'll try to be the best friend to your mom. I'll be there no matter what's going on. But I want to tell you, Torian, I promise you that I'll be here for him. And I'll always love you. Rest in peace, love.
Torian, I'm sorry you had to lose your life so tragically. And you're being missed very much. We all miss you as a family, friends, and what have you. Just know if even if you're listening in heaven, that we wish, and that you were here. And your mother misses you very much. She loved you oh so much. We all knew that. And she cherished you and even your memory as you gained your wings. But Monica, I was more than happy to be able to help you in this documentary because, of course, we all knew Torian, and he was a very nice man, young man. He'll just be missed terribly. So.
Well, for Torian, if he was here today with us, which he's still here, he's still with us, spiritually. He's everybody's guardian angel, But if he was here, I bet that Torian, you would go for your dreams, and I know that you would succeed and you would be there, you would make it. And for Monica, she's such a strong woman. I look up to you, Monica. I don't know how you do it day by day. I can't imagine losing a child. I don't know what it feels to lose a child, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but she is so strong, and it just amazes me how she gets through day by day, And Monica, I know I've never said this to you, but I love you, and you're missed here, We miss you and Torian, and, when you guys left, it was like you took a part of us, but you guys never left our hearts.
All right, everybody. We are here with Monica McMundy.
Well, what can I say? This documentary makes my world a complete circle. If I die tomorrow, I can say my world was complete. This documentary, to me, it's telling his whole life. It's telling everything that he's done in his life, his complete story. To me, it's bringing life back to me.
All right.
It's making me able to wake up again, wanting to wake up again.
All right.
So I'm just blessed to be able to do it. That was my dream, to be able to tell his story, because I felt like people, once he died, I died.
How old was he when he was killed?
He was only 26 years old. But for his 26 years of his life, he's touched so many bases around the Bay Area. I mean, I had to look back and be like, wow, my son has really worked with so many amazing people. You know, I looked back at it, like I was speaking with Erica Blue from OzCat, and we were on the phone. I was like, Erica, man, you know, he started at like 9 years old. I can't believe, you know, he actually did a documentary on Gavin Newsom when he was mayor. You know, he actually cut the ribbon with Kamala Harris, and she was like, "Who?" I said, "Kamala Harris, the vice president." When he was 10, he did something with her. You know, we were just making the surface when he got killed.
And it was horrific because there was another person in the car. So these three people's lives collided on what day?
It was June 7th, 2020.
What time?
3:45 a.m.
It's getting the word out, you know, how these three lives collided, you know, and especially for you with your son, T-Mac.
And then, I know, as I look at the news, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
So, you drunk drivers, put your damn keys down. Don't drink and drive. Why are you killing us?
Yeah. We need to really speak about this because this could have huge ramifications for people that are currently driving now. You know, they got all these, aside from the drunk drivers, there's a lot of people that's running from the law, and they'll get on the wrong side, which that happened to your son. You know, they'll get on the wrong side of the road and, you know, think this is some Hollywood movie, but it's real lives that are in these cars. And so this T-Mac tire tear bill that you're trying to get passed, tell us about this.
Why couldn't they have them then? There's just these spikes. They have these spikes here that will slash your tires if you go the wrong way.
On the freeway?
Well, they don't have them on the freeway, but they have them in a lot of places. Yeah. So if we can get these put on the entrances of freeways, they would slash your tires. From police chases, the wrong way drivers. You know, you get on the freeway the wrong way. So if we can get this done, we would save some lives. We couldn't save Torian and Nettie's life, but we can save others if we can get this in motion.
Okay.
I'm going to set up a website called the T-Mac Tire Tears Tier.
Okay.
And I'm going to post it. Right now I'm on Facebook under Monica McMundy.
Okay.
And I do have an organization now called T-Mac Music Foundation. It's mothers helping mothers raise boys to be men. They said women couldn't do it, but guess what? I did it. And I want to thank everybody who supported me, participated in this documentary, stepped up, showed out. I just want to thank you all. You know, his home station, OzCat Radio, Miss Erica Blue, she was there right on time. I want to thank the MIA boys, Day, rest in peace. That was one of his little producers. I want to thank Frankie Lane. I want to thank Drummer Cat. I have Free Jack. That's one of his producers. My mom and dad, they from above, rest in peace. I know they had me there in my spirit. You know, my little grandbaby, Tootie, you know, she's always there. You know, she has me. And I'm just staying strong. People always tell me I'm strong, and I am. You know, I'm strong because of the God that's in me.
What up, ladies? Pink Rose. Now this ain't Chris Brown. Yeah. It's Darrow, baby. And I just thought I'd just switch it up a little bit. You know?
Circle for the ladies real quick.
Show you how I remix it.
Let's go.
It's 2 in the morning, and I know you're on it, cause I read your status on Facebook, sending messages telling me that you cooked, tipsy from the club, feel assets with us, in 15 minutes I'll be over, to lay your body down, you already know what time it is, open up the door, I start undressing, baby when I get it I'ma take control, don't wanna take it slow, and I ain't gon' stop till I see the sun, sex so good your girlfriends want some, and if they can't join then it ain't no fun, but really though, when we do it all night, we can do it all night, let me give it to you all night, so right girl, you no bullshit, yeah, you no bullshit, yeah, you no bullshit, yeah,
Bad babe tattoos on the collarbone. I take my shirt off and she ain't got no panties on. But honestly, I got one thing on my mind. I'm trying to give you hickeys and pipe it down like. But keep it honest with you, baby. Yes, I am in love. But at the same time, I'ma stay late in lust. And little mama want me, so I gave the thing. So bend over, commence the good pain. But anyway, I'ma take it real slow though. She let me down on my back on the floor though. She on top kissing me all the way down. She gave me Becky on the floor and now I like it now. Once we make it to the bed, it's all in the bag. She said she love a nigga, I think it's city swag. I look around a little till I find a new spot, and now it's really time to play with the juice box.